started here.
All right,
Uh,
sounds good.
yeah. So you're in Virginia right now?
I am, yes.
How's
Yeah,
that been?
it's been great. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The humidity um, over here compared to Minnesota is definitely a lot, a lot more than it is in Minnesota. So that aspect is just like, yeah, I like Minnesota's weather better, but it's been good to spend time with Bethany and see her. So
Good
yeah.
deal. Well, that's good.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make a little I'm gonna make a little banner here. Let's see. One. What's this? And add.
I'm going to test these one more time and see if I can hear.
Okay. Oh, you're not plugged in. Of course you can't hear me.
Okay, they're plugged in.
All right. All right.
Hmm. Let's see. There is a separate cord that's right at the top here. Let me try something different.
What's going on, Jeremy? Did you get any more auditions in today?
Okay, let's try this.
Well, if not, no big deal. Really,
Yeah.
the only time you need headphones is if you're editing. That's about the only time you need them.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Also, don't want to take up too much time before the live as well. So, here.
So I thought tonight we could get right
Okay.
into where you're at, the kind of places that you what you have available to you, because I know sometimes like when you move locations, you have different
Yeah.
sort of obstacles you have to work with. You might be
Yeah,
next
for sure.
to a truck stop where they're always letting the brakes off, the air off the brakes, where it's like constantly all night. I've stayed at a hotel before and tried to record, and like
Yeah.
all night it was just, you could hear just 18 wheelers in and out, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was real hard.
Okay.
So with what you have, what is your setup right now? One, how long will you be there? Is this kind of a permanent thing, or are you just visiting?
So I'm going to be staying here till November.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this will not be my permanent location.
Okay. But enough to get something set up where you could sort of at least do good practice, good quality practice
Yeah.
when you get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about your equipment. What equipment do you have? Headphones, obviously.
Headphones that are not working right now. But yeah, so I have my headphones, and I also have a Rode NT1. It's
Okay.
actually it's a USB-C mic, and I also have an isolation shield for
Okay.
it as well.
Good.
And I had also gotten myself some pipes to just make a stand. And then I have a ton of blankets that I'm just going to drape over and then use those to help absorb sound and reduce any echo. So,
Okay. Very
yeah.
good. So I think the uh, well, let me ask you this:
Okay.
what is your goal for voiceover? Like, if you could, like, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to try to make a living at it? Like, if that's all you could do, would that be sound cool to you? That kind of thing.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Voice acting, I think, it's a lot of fun. I think voice acting would definitely be something I'd love to do on a professional level, but it would be something that I would do along with like singing, stage acting,
Okay.
film acting. So it would kind of be in the group.
Right.
of all that. So
You are paid to perform, and anytime you are performing, you're getting paid. Like,
yeah,
that's super cool.
yeah.
Okay. So, with that in mind, what is your favorite thing to do? I'm assuming like character work, audio dramas, video games, stuff like that sounds most fun, right?
I think so. Yeah, character work is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay. So a couple places that you get a lot of character work, obviously, is audio dramas, video games, and there's tons of video games out there that are
Mhm.
like on Steam. They're kind of independent. They might pay a voice actor 50 or $100 for 15, 20 minutes worth of time. And that, that's like someone based out of Hollywood might be horrified by that pay rate. But me, I used to be in the army. Then I was in a factory. I've never made $50 in 15 minutes anywhere in my life except for voice acting. I am
Yeah.
I'm happy with that a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of I think how you look at it. Um, and not that I mean, obviously that's not a great pay rate, but if I'm spending 15 minutes and I get 50 or $100, I'm happy with that. And
Hmm.
I'm not too worried about what my colleagues are going to think because I'm $50 richer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
for
um,
sure.
so there's tons of that kind of stuff, especially the lower things that are um, very readily available out there on places like Fiverr and things. Because you have like people are the lowest of the low, right, of quality are going to
Yeah.
have um, like AI, right?
Yeah.
Um, then the next tier of low quality up is probably, well, I'll do it myself. I'll get some friends to do it. So that's
Hmm.
usually low quality too. So then when they're ready to pay any amount, it's automatically going to be a little bit better right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
in your case, I would start preparing to do a character demo, a
Okay.
a commercial demo, and then like a narration demo, audiobook demo, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And
And for the audiobook demo, the I think it was the C.S. Lewis one that you had posted on the Academy. Honestly, that one was a lot of fun.
you did
So,
great. I loved that. That was
okay.
really good.
Okay, thank you.
The
Yeah, that one was so much fun. It's just like, I don't know, there's just something about it that honestly kind of even got me absorbed into the
mhm,
story. I'm just
right,
like, okay, what's going on here? Who's this Polly Plumber?
exactly.
So, yeah. But
And I think that one way to practice is to take excellent writing. And if you reading C.S. Lewis, it'll be excellent writing.
yeah.
Then that sets you up for success as the narrator,
Mhm.
right? If you're trying to make bad writing exciting with your voice, that's a tough order when you're starting, right? That
Yeah.
may be down the road a little bit, but that's tough to do when
Yep.
you know. So I would say keep doing that. Those things that I post in the group, the coaching group,
Yep.
and jump on them.
Okay.
But also, and also, you put um, background music to it, and I love that. That really fit well.
Okay.
But when you turn in an audiobook, generally
Mhm.
it'll be quiet, right?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so what I would like you to do on the next audiobook piece that I post, I might post one later tonight.
Okay.
Do one, and I want it to be quiet because I want to hear your room tone. I want to hear the quality of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because sometimes with music, you can cover up less than ideal quality. Now, what I
Yeah.
heard sounded great. It really did. But I
Yeah.
wanna hear like, okay, no, you could definitely do an audiobook with that setup or like, let's get some more pillows in there or whatever,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? So like I was telling Jeremy, um,
Mhm.
I guess Thursday is
Mhm.
acx.com is a fantastic place to start your voiceover career. That's where
Okay.
that was one of the first projects that I got, acx.com.
Okay. Yeah.
And you could get on there tonight, literally. You could make it's free, like there you don't pay anything. Um,
Okay.
you uh, basically have it's an audition area that authors that publishers and narrators can all meet up, and you can authors can post their book for audition,
Okay.
and then you, the narrator, can audition for any book you want. And
Yep.
then, you know what I'm saying? And that is
Mhm.
a great place to get work. And early on, I wouldn't even worry about the pay rate, 'cause a lot of them are
For
what's called
sure.
royalty share, and that sounds cool, and it is cool if a lot of them sell, of course. But a lot of the time, it's an author, it was a passion project, they're self-published, maybe they don't have a lot of social media or a good marketing plan, and so royalty share ends up being not very much.
Mhm.
But that is okay early on. The practice
Okay.
reps and the experience that you're gonna get are gonna be invaluable, and
Okay.
you're gonna get to do characters. Because if you're doing fiction, boom, out of the gate, you're doing characters. You have to, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's a great place to start getting work. I mean, you can book work quickly. I know, Jeremy, uh, he's been knocking out some auditions, and I told him Thursday, I was like, "If you do an audition every day, I think you're gonna book something within the next week, w
Yeah.
weeks at the most." Guy he's I love Jeremy's, work.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a matter of time. You just if he's not if you don't book work, it's because nobody's hearing you, kind of a thing. So,
Yeah.
people hear ya. Why? What do you know?
Yeah.
Start to book work. So that's a
Yeah.
great place. So I would highly, recommend, um, uh, getting on ACX, especially being
Okay.
that you wanna do character stuff.
Yep.
Um, now I will word of warning, it's kind of the Wild West on that thing. What I always do is set, like, the filter, like, I don't want any adult stuff, just give me
Yeah.
you know, but you can set the filters are great. But if you just sort of look at everything, there'll be some real trash on there too that you have to wade through. But
Okay.
just bear that in mind. Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
But I would definitely get on there. And what you can do is you set, your name, um, and then start posting um, like samples. Right now, if you have a
Okay.
whole audiobook reel, obviously we can put that up there, of course. But
Okay.
what they like to do and what authors like to do is
Mhm.
because sometimes they'll be shopping for narrators. So I'll get people that'll send me a message and say, "Hey, could you narrate my book?" or "Could you audition to narrate my book?" That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but a good thing to do is to say, "Okay, here's what I can do." So what I mean by that is have
Mhm.
narration of nonfiction, a history book, the Bible.
Okay.
Thing,
Yep.
where it's straightforward, it's factual, and it's just gonna have a different sound to it than a whimsical story tale that's set long ago and far away. It'll be a little different.
Yeah.
Well, then so you want narration nonfiction, you want narration fiction, like the
Okay.
narrator of the book, but then you want scenes where a man is talking to a woman, or 2 men are talking, or 2 women are talking, right?
Okay.
Maybe the, maybe they're it's getting the tension is increasing because there's an argument, right? Do something
Yeah.
like that. So that way the author can say, "Oh, this story is really good." Um,
Okay.
I've seen people in the past where they'll say, like, let's say a female narrator will try to narrate a male, and sometimes they'll be like this artificially awful voice that you cannot listen to for 8 hours,
Yeah.
you know? And then guys like me, right? If I get on there and try to voice the beautiful maiden and sound like the protagonist, the leading lady,
Mhm.
try to sound exactly like a woman, like, I'm gonna make it ridiculous and cartoonish.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to just say, in my case, voicing a lady, well, I'll say, you know, "Hello, Mr. Darcy." Like, I'll talk up there. But you don't think I'm a lady, you know what I'm saying? You just put a
Yeah,
little
that makes sense. Okay.
to it. Or in your case, if you're gonna do, the the Viking king character, right? I wouldn't try to be ridiculous with it. Just sort of lower your voice slightly, where in the
Mhm.
scene, whoever's listening can hear the difference in the king and the queen, let's say, right?
Yes,
As long as
okay.
you're differentiating the characters, that's the main thing, then you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say for you, one, I wanna hear a, um, a sample with no background, and that way we'll see. It's like, "No, you could do an audiobook with that
Okay.
because I suspect that you could, I just don't know because of the music. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
and then I would say get an ACX profile and set you a couple filters and get on there and start shopping around, and if something looks interesting to you, why, throw in an audition for it. You can
Okay. That makes
upload it
sense.
right to the site, you can message the author, they can message you back, that sort of thing.
Okay. Do you need to, so it's like if I were to maybe to take a lamplighter book, for
Uh-huh,
example, and maybe narrate that,
yep.
I would need to email lamplighter or something and ask for permission before I put that as an audition. Do I need to ask for permission at all, or
The I think for something like that, that would fall under what's called fair use. So if you're taking a minute or 2,
okay.
you know what I mean? Just like 'cause it's the same concept as when someone has, um, like, uh, a CNN clip in their YouTube video. That is
Okay.
copyrighted, but if the clip is only like 5 or 6 seconds, CNN is not gonna say anything. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
Same type of thing. If you did the whole audiobook and stuck it on your YouTube, yes, you would need to email them beforehand. But if it's
Yeah.
doing a sample, I mean, if anything, you're marketing for them, making people aware of it. Um,
True.
I wouldn't worry about. I mean, you're welcome to, but I wouldn't worry about that. It falls under fair use if it's just a short little thing. Oh,
Okay.
we're
Sounds good.
making Jeremy blush talking about how amazing he is. Well, you go ahead and blush, Jeremy. There's nothing you can do about it. KG, this is great. It does make audiobooks difficult when people overdo. I
Yeah, for sure.
completely agree. Um, and I don't like to say names, but also I know a couple names where it's like, no, you ruined the book. I'm I can think of one right now, and the actress is amazing. It's
Hmm.
the acting is not the bad part. It's her doing the men and the children that drive me right up the wall and make it hard for me to listen to. She
Yeah.
overacts them. It's like, just dial it back. Again, the performance is incredible, but, like, the tone was just too much for me.
Yeah. That's I was just yeah. Yeah. It can be extremely difficult to listen to that for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, so you've got your mic, you've got some, headphones. We get them routed up properly, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Do you use a desktop or a laptop?
I this is a laptop.
Okay.
Mhm.
I kinda have both, and, I mean, either one works fine. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, good deal. The okay, so any questions so far about what you need to do next?
Um I honestly I think um I think I at least I've got myself started with my equipment that I have. I think it's kind of I think we already did go over this at the guild too, but it's just kind of how do I get myself out there, um, getting started, like maybe what are people looking for in a certain genre for
Okay,
me as far as like in your voice, what are people looking for that will grab their attention kind of thing.
right.
But
So I think it's different with, um, different genres. So let's say
yeah,
commercials, right?
okay.
I think you can make a lot of money in commercials
Mhm.
because it's so much harder than anybody realizes till you try it. Like a good narrator makes it sound so easy and natural. Well, then when you're like, okay, read off this paper and say it into that mic, all of a sudden that's not natural anymore. And you're going to have to do some acting just to sound natural.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are like, oh, that's easy. It's no problem. And it really isn't. It takes some practice to sound natural. There's a lot of money
Mhm.
to be made in commercials. And I've been encouraged at how many people have reached out to me of my clients saying, "Hey, I know all this AI stuff, but we want to be represented by real humans in our work." And I think that's great, of course.
Mhm.
And I'm a you know capitalist, I suppose. I think if you can make more money off of a robot voice, we'll go for it. But
Mhm.
I'm going to take it as a challenge to like, no, I'm going to be better than the robot for as long as I can anyway.
Yeah.
And so I would say in your case, after you get on ACX and audition as much as possible, like set a goal. Let's say I'm gonna do one audition a day or something like that.
Okay.
That would be a good goal. 2 auditions a day, something. So I'll do that first. Well, then I would start preparing your commercial demo,
Okay.
right? Now, with you, I think that you have a sweetness and a kindness to your voice, right? So
Okay.
your voice is not gonna be the Ford truck commercial, right?
Yep.
Right? But it would be absolutely perfect for, like, um, I don't know, like let's say a children's hospital. Like, so you're gonna have that kindness, St. Jude Children's Hospital, right?
Okay.
If you're narrating a thing like that, well, me as the viewer is gonna hear the kindness and the empathy, and it's gonna be really easy for you to project that because it comes to you so naturally, and
Okay.
it is in your voice naturally.
Okay.
Um, Whereas some people, there's just a hardness about them, let's say, and it's like you don't need to be talking about hospice. It sounds inappropriate. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like you care.
Yeah.
So I would say uh, get several things that really enables you to show off your personality. As
Okay.
your, let's say, your kindness, right? So I would
Okay.
do something like maybe a St. Jude Children's Hospital type of a thing, right?
Okay.
But then maybe something higher energy, and yet you're still being helpful to someone. Like remember the Allegra commercial that I don't know if you did that one. I forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think I did it, but I think I saw it.
Okay. So that
Yep.
kind of thing would be great because that's going to be it's a allergy commercial, allergy medicine. Yay, we're outside. Even though there's pollen in the air, I'm feeling great. And this is wonderful. And I'm throwing the frisbee with my dog. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be something really good, right?
Okay.
Um, I think, anything like that. It could, like a pet store, let's say Petco, right? That would be cool, right?
Okay.
Um, um, I would do something super high energy too, something that would play on Nickelodeon, right?
Okay.
So you want to be able to show off the fact that you can be absolutely Spazzy McGee with your voice if you need to be, right?
Yep.
Because what some people do is they have, let's say, a really nice, relaxing, luxurious voice,
Mhm.
right? And that's fantastic.
Mhm.
But if on your demo, all you have are spots that are nice and luxurious and relaxing, if you're the casting director, you're not going to learn much about me other than, oh, he's got a relaxing, luxurious voice.
Yeah.
I want you as the casting director to say, well, he has a relaxing, luxurious voice. He can also be downright childish and excitable and completely quirky when he wants to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want you, if you're the casting director, to say, we can get this guy to do anything we need to do. Yeah, let's hire him, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll, we'll dial him in with our direction because I'm a good director. That kind of thing.
Mhm.
You want to show off the different attitudes and qualities and energy levels of your voice.
Okay.
Now that's easy and hard. And what I mean by that is it's it's easy in that you don't have to put on an accent. You don't have to sort of change your voice, talk out of the back of the throat. Like you're not making characters. You're just going to be Jessica, right? This is
Yeah.
you. And yet it needs to be, um, Jessica when she's soothing a baby, Jessica when she's really mad, Jessica when she's excited, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that it's
Okay.
you, but also you need to be believable in your projection of this emotion,
Okay.
right? And so when you've got a demo, let's say 60 seconds, you got 6, 7, 8 pieces on there, and they
Mhm.
showcase, oh, here she's excited, here she's empathetic, here she's sad, here she's whatever.
Yeah.
Then the casting director, if they hear you, they're going to say, I love her voice, and I didn't hear exactly what I wanted, but I know with range like that, I'm going to be able to direct her into where I want her. Right.
Okay.
So this is your portfolio in linear audio form, right?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Any questions so far about that?
Nope, I think that all makes sense so
Okay.
far. Yeah.
So what I think would be cool in your case is you need about when I do a session with somebody like a demo
Mhm.
creation session, what I like to do is get about I would say about 10 commercials that you really like. Like I like that. And when I say commercials,
Okay.
I don't mean a 30-second commercial. We're talking a line from a 30-second commercial, maybe 2 lines, right?
Yeah.
Because you're only gonna spend 8 to 10 seconds, you know, on the product. You
Yeah.
won't have there's no in 60 seconds, obviously, you don't have time for a lot of 30 and 60-second commercials. So
Yeah.
you're gonna do a line here just to show off that the attitude, the projection,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would get about 10 of those and then record them all and then use you probably end up using 6, 7 of them,
Okay.
something like that. You just pick
Okay.
the top 80%, something like that. We're like, yeah, this sounds really good. And
Mhm.
then you make a demo out of it. And then, with each one, you would have a different sort of soundtrack behind it. You want music. A couple of them would be good to have sound effects. Like
Okay.
if it's a car commercial, maybe have
Mhm.
a car cranking and revving up in the background, something like that. Maybe if,
Okay.
pet store, if you're doing Petco, obviously happy dog barking, that's pretty easy to, do that sort of thing. So just like one little detail that will make it pop a little bit. Just
Okay.
little details that sort of make the casting director say, "Yeah, I could see her in my project that I'm doing here."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So in the coaching group, what I would do if I were you is I would start you a little Google Doc or something like that, or
Okay.
some kind of a something on your notepad, and just anytime you see something that I post or someone else posts that you're like, I that seems like me. I want to record that and put it on my demo. Do it.
Okay.
Grab it and say, okay, yep, that Allegra, that whatever it is, I'm going to put that on my commercial demo, and then make a list of it, and then you can sort of have uh, a session and get everything knocked out and have your demo posted on places like Fiverr, posted on, you can email people your demo, and that's how you make
Okay.
it, is they say, wow, you sound really good. What would you charge to read this? That kind of thing. And
Okay.
that's the spot you want to be in. Or,
Okay.
you know,
Is the Fiverr website, would that be your top recommendation as far as where you would post first? Or what other websites do you think would be the best to post an audition on? Or a
I
demo, I should say.
I would find uh, freelance websites, right? And that's
Okay.
different than a what I would call a pay to play site. So there's two different kinds. There's some like Fiverr where you make a profile and you don't pay anything. I'm not paying a
Okay.
monthly fee to be on there, but when I make a sale, Fiverr takes 20%. Kind of like an agent. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'm good with that. That means if I'm making money, Fiverr's making money. But if I'm
Mhm.
not making any money, Fiverr's not making any money. So they have a vested interest in my success, kind of. They want me to be selling stuff so they can make more money,
Yeah, for sure.
right? So that's the ones that I would go for, and those are Fiverr's like that for now anyway. I mean, they could add pricing in the future, but for now it's free. There's one
Okay.
called Upwork that, I have not worked on, but I've heard is really good. A lot of people use. Um, I've there's Voice Bunny, which I don't love that one, but it's kind of hard. It's hard to navigate, but that's
Okay.
there's one called Voquent, which is a British one, but they're great. Um,
Okay.
V
How
O
do you spell that?
VOQUENT.
Okay, that's what
Voquent.
I thought. Okay.
Yep, yep. They're fantastic.
I was
Uh,
typing it onto my phone. They autocorrect my phone autocorrected it as conquest.
the and then you probably could even, I mean, I haven't even checked in a while. You'd probably Google like freelance voiceover sites or something, or freelance sites, and just there's very well could be other ones out there that are just as good or better, or that I just don't know about and that have been around a while.
Okay.
But I would go towards those as opposed to the pay to play sites, which is okay, I'm going to pay $600 to even have a profile. Well, then every time I make a booking, they're going to take another 10% of the price, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Those are, I don't know. Personally, I have not had success in the past on those. I did early on. I had one called voices.com, and I auditioned a lot, but um, it was never heard. Like nobody ever heard it because you can see if they even get opened. So it's kind of like
Okay.
nobody's even listening to them. Why am I wasting my time? It would be
Yeah.
different if I'm auditioning and they hear it and they're like, "You don't have what it takes, kid. Try again later." That's
Mhm.
at least feedback. But
Okay.
if it's not even being opened, well, that means Morgan Freeman could have sent in an audition and not got cast just because
Yeah.
nobody even heard him. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, Jeremy, you got to get on there. Definitely ought to be your next target. And in my experience, Fiverr and ACX work very well. It's like
Okay.
ACX, you get an audiobook, which takes, let's say it's an 8 hour audiobook. That's not something you're going to knock out in an afternoon. That'll be several days, a couple weeks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
With Fiverr, a lot of the time, it's sort of like, okay, well, I don't have any Fiverr orders today, so I'm going to work on my audiobook. You work on that, and then maybe the next morning, oh, I got a Fiverr order. Okay, well, let me knock that out because a lot of times it's a commercial or something short, and then I'll get back to my audiobook. So to me, they work very well together.
Okay.
And so yeah, I would. But this is once you get your commercial demo. So that's your.
Okay.
So I think getting on ACX, which you don't need a demo for ACX, just samples and stuff.
Okay.
Um, yeah, once you get your demo together, I think that's where you need to be is Fiverr for one, and
Mhm.
then maybe a couple more. Like try Upwork, try a couple more, and maybe Upwork is the thing that kicks off for you, and that's where you get all your work, that kind of thing, or a lot of it. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that's a great place to sort of get your name out there. Are
Okay.
you on? Uh, what do you call it? You have a YouTube channel? Are you on social media?
I do have a YouTube channel. But so far that's kind of the only thing. I guess I don't know if you're meaning kind of like Instagram, Facebook. I also have something like Snapchat is also kind of
Okay.
another thing, but I don't
Okay.
know if you would consider that like a social media, like an Instagram
That
account,
would
but
be considered social media.
okay. Okay.
So what I would do is, so that's how I would use like TikTok or Instagram. So obviously you can't put an 8-hour book on TikTok or Instagram, but what you can
Mhm.
do is do a voice or read a poem or basically show audiobook or voiceover type of work in a selfie video that goes on Snapchat, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Of you reading something. Well, then a lot of the time, um, the that's going to really, um, what do you call it? Sorry, I was, yeah, what was I saying? I got thrown off track here.
I think you're talking about posting a demo on Snapchat,
Hmm,
like reading a poem or
right.
something.
Well, okay. So I would say not necessarily a demo, but like, all right, here is, let's say, King Lear by William Shakespeare,
Okay.
right? So what I like to do is stuff like, um, sort of perform it. Maybe I'll do it in my case, like in a heavy Southern accent. So it's King Lear, but it's in Southern, and that's kind of, there's novelty to that, right? So then I
Hmm.
do my thing. I don't know when my lord it shall please you well to suspend your indignation against my brother till he can drive from him better testimony his intent. All right. So I make a little video and then post that on TikTok. Well,
Okay.
now some people will start to, you know, follow you and stuff like that. But I get a lot of work in my DMs from people saying, I love your voiceover work. Could you do my audiobook? Hey, could you be in this character? I've gotten a lot of work from that. So once
Okay.
you have your demo up, I would start posting it in your own, like your own YouTube, your own, wherever you're at, make sure there's a buy button there. Like make sure
Okay.
people can click and hear more of your work and say, you can hire me.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, thank you, KG. I really appreciate that. The I so if you're volunteering, right? I mean that's, and Jessica, I think you would agree with this. Like
Hmm.
read good writing, listen to good narration, and like you will get better.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Hmm. Yeah. Kind of like you were saying earlier, it's just like if the writing itself is just very amateur
Right?
sounding and just really not the greatest writing overall, it's it's so hard to make it sound good when you want to maybe bring that piece of writing to life. It's just like, oh my gosh. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you very much, KG. I appreciate that very much. And yeah, it you can set yourself up for success by reading good writing. You
Okay.
know, you know, if you read the classics, you know it's been around. You know, if it doesn't sound interesting, it's you. It's not the writing. That's where you want to be, right? Not interesting. I know it's my fault, and I can't blame it on this writing's terrible. The But yeah, that's a great way to do it. Get the classics and just practice. If you have a YouTube channel, I mean, read. I would I would subscribe to a YouTube channel of you reading classic short stories so fast it would make your head spin. Right? I
Okay.
loved what I heard today. Like, if you were to do that, that's your practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Practice. You stick it on YouTube. Then that people start coming to you for your your narrations there. But then in the
Mm-hmm.
description, you can say, "Oh, you can hire me for your book. You can hire me, whatever." Some of those people are going to be authors and narrators that are looking for a female lead because they're doing a duet on some book or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
And oh, Jeremy, yeah, says if you get on TikTok, let me know. Gladly share your work. So yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. And also, it's like if you make a YouTube channel, um, you or if you post something on your YouTube channel, you want to create a way for people to be able to contact you. So, putting something maybe like my Snapchat info kind of
Mhm.
like in the description, would something
Yep,
like that work
of course,
as well?
absolutely. Yep,
Okay.
you can drop that in the description of it written, but you can also mention it in the video. You could say,
Okay.
"Oh, if you enjoyed that, check out my Snapchat. I'm a lot of fun on there," or whatever. The,
Okay.
and if you might even say, "I'm a, um, you know, whatever, voice actor. You can hire me if you wanna do that. Check down below, but let's get to the story," and then start, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Okay.
Start a HP Lovecraft channel. Yeah, it is. Do it. I have done Dagon, which is one of the first, Cthulhu or whatever ones, but that's the only one of his I've done. HP Lovecraft, you definitely should do that. Don't just talk about it, you gotta do it. I would subscribe to that. But yeah, see, I mean, this right here is an excellent idea. H.P. Lovecraft, have you ever read any of his stuff, Jessica? He's like science. I don't know. Is he considered science fiction or horror or fantasy or a mixture? I don't know. However,
I haven't heard of any of this stuff, so I would not be the the person
no,
to answer
he
that
wrote
question.
like a long time ago. This was early 1900s into the maybe 1920s is probably his um, kind of his time. But he's a
Okay.
great storyteller. But
Okay.
this fantasy horror. Okay, okay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So kind of a Edgar Allan Poe, but a few decades later. But
Hmm.
yeah, if you were to take that and let's say do short story or something, public domain because no one can come after you, then you just start reading. That would be a great way to practice, but also that's your own little marketing. That's a way to market. Um,
Okay.
and Yeah. So, and that's with any social media. But what I like about YouTube is that you can do video form or you can do just like I do, a lot of my audiobooks just have one picture and the audio is running in the background. So it's not even a video. It's
Yeah.
literally a picture with sound. But YouTube sees it as a video. So, that's all that matters.
Yep. Would you recommend making an Instagram account or a TikTok, or do you think that would be necessary, or is YouTube a good enough resource to use?
Well, I don't, I haven't used Snapchat, so I don't know about Snapchat.
Mhm.
YouTube, I think you gotta be on YouTube, 'cause here's why.
Okay.
YouTube is owned by, Google, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that makes YouTube the second biggest search engine on the web. Like, it's
Okay.
Google and then YouTube, who is owned by Google, and so those 2 being the biggest, those are gonna boost YouTube results more than they will, let's say, Vimeo or some other video player, right?
Okay.
They just have really good infrastructure. They have really good analytics. You can see who's watching where, and you can sort of get information about your audience and give them,
Yeah.
if where what you want to do and your audience wants to do intersect, you ought to give it to them, right?
Okay.
And so I would say YouTube is definitely a place to be, but
Okay.
I've found TikTok to be very viral, right? It's more, I've had more videos have lots and lots of views on there um, than any other platform. And then Instagram, I
Okay.
don't know, I just like it. That's just my favorite for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say think about it because it can definitely work for you because those are
Okay.
new pieces of content that you can put out there. And so, like in my case, let's say if I do a poem, I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to say, "Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening" by Robert Frost. I read that poem. Well, then I take that video and I put it on, like, same video, put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram, and then put it on Facebook, or what do you call it? YouTube Reels
Um,
or Shorts,
okay.
right? So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like, man, I don't have time to like run 3 accounts. I don't. I just take the same piece of content and put it 3 different places, and they hit 3 different audiences. But in each one, I'm pointing them back to, like, here's where you can find me, contact me, here's how you can work with me, that kind of thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So sorry. For YouTube, if you're like with reading a poem, and if you're wanting to let people know this is an audition, so you're saying you would say your name, and then do you just say like this is an audition, or how would you introduce it at the beginning of the video?
If you were doing it for, let's say, YouTube or Instagram,
Yes. Yep.
I wouldn't treat it like an audition. I would
Okay.
I would say, like you're using it to get attention on your reel, to get more business, to establish yourself as a voice actor, that kind of thing. But
Okay.
I would talk directly to the audience.
Okay.
So here's a poem by Robert Frost. It was written in 1936, and it's called "Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening." I like it because it's peaceful, it's reflective, it makes me think of yada yada yada. You could do analysis like that before, or just start right into it and have the caption of the title above your head. That's fine too, and just read
Okay.
it and then be done with it. So you're literally just reading a poem, and then video's over. You take it and you can put caption on it, whatever, and then put it on different places. Well, I've gotten so much work doing that.
Okay.
One of them being like Scholastic, which is a big, book company. One of their authors saw me on there and was like, "I just want you was one of the characters in my book,
Mm-hmm.
can you whatever." And I had so much fun doing it. We did a live recording session with the Scholastic, the author, and then the guys in New York, and it was just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that was from TikTok. It was from goofy TikToks, just reading
Yeah,
poems, doing Southern Shakespeare.
for sure. Yeah.
Jeremy says, TikTok's been my bread and butter. It's been a great place to build a community of followers and other of the voice artists.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I would agree. TikTok's really good for that. And IG's owned by Meta, who owns Threads and Facebook. That's very true. Very true. Yeah, I would definitely consider it. A lot of very big name voice actors are, have a big following on there. 2 of them, one of them here in the US and one of them in the UK in particular, went from almost nothing to building a very large following just based off of exactly what I'm telling you. Like
Okay.
something in a selfie video style. You
Mm-hmm.
perform it and then you post it, and everyone wants to hear more of what you have. Well, then you can say, "I'm a coach. Here's how you can work with me. Here's where you can get my audiobooks. Here's my YouTube channel," all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying that one is on TikTok, right?
TikTok or Instagram, but both of
TikTok,
those
Instagram.
are really good for that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
again,
Sounds good.
I just don't know Snapchat, so I'm not sure how it, the interface of it very well. I'm sure it's the same type of a thing, but
Yeah. Honestly, I have not really explored that much with Snapchat either, so I I don't know either
okay.
about that. But Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like Jeremy says, sometimes people do uh, record live, like their
Okay.
audiobook recordings, and it is fun. A lot of times when I see a friend recording an audiobook, I'll just pop in and be like, "Hey," and leave. The It's always fun.
Yeah.
For the building the camaraderie and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
That makes sense. Okay.
yeah. So if I were you, my my camera's blinking at me. It might go. Oh, there we go. It went off. Let me see if I can get
Oh
it back
no.
for a second. It usually comes back on at least once, and then because it's hot, it's so hot in here. The
Yeah.
um, but anyway, I would get your ACX up and running.
Okay.
I would get your commercial demo, get it all planned out, and I'll help you sort of pick. Okay, you definitely need to do that, that sort of thing, and then yeah,
Okay.
I would get on another platform, TikTok or Instagram, if not both,
Okay.
and then definitely start building your YouTube.
For sure. Sounds good. And for ACX, for something short, would what is the length that you would suggest? Would you suggest like reading a chapter from
Oh,
an
a
audiobook?
minute or so is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, a minute
Okay.
or two is fine. You don't have to go overboard with it. Just enough
Okay.
so they can sort of get in the rhythm, hear your narrative, that kind of thing. I would say 3 minutes tops. It doesn't need to be longer than 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, good deal. Well, my camera has decided not to come back on, I guess,
Oh no.
but yeah, I think that's a good little session. I think that's some stuff
Yes.
that some good action items for you. Keep me in the loop on what
Okay.
what I can help you with and that sort of thing.
For
And,
sure.
um, and yeah, so
All right. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
absolutely. You have a good one, Jessica.
All right. You as well.
All right, thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.